Hi there, Andre here from Peak Motorcycles. I'm here at EICMA 2022. It's Wednesday, it's the second day of the show, and I'm here at the Yamaha stand. So this is another massive stand, much like the Honda one. I did Honda yesterday, I put the video up. I tried to keep it short, but I don't think that went down well with some people who felt they couldn't see just how many bikes were on there. I'm not sure if I'll have time to go back and redo the Honda one today, but by popular demand, maybe. I'll try and spend a bit more time going around here. So unfortunately this means it's going to be a longer video. I will try and dwell on some of the bikes, but they've just got so many here that it is still going to be very much a walk around the stand. So remember, the purpose of this is very much to give you a feel for the EICMA show, to show you what's on display, what the stand's like, what the manufacturers are showing off. If you want to see a detailed look at the bike up close, I'm sure that there are manufacturer videos or other ones that are specific to individual bikes. For the bikes I've ridden, obviously I do videos for those too. So what I will do is I'm going to have a walk around the stand. I'm not going to go as quickly as I did at Honda. So hopefully you can see a little bit more of what's here. I'll try and pick out some of the details on the bikes that are here. Just so you know, my focus is very much on the adventure bikes, so the updates to the Tenere 700. Interested to see what the new dash looks like. But yeah, let's see what I can see. Here we go. So the first section I'm in is actually the off-road competition section. So what we have is a tripped up Tenere 700 rally bike, and then also one of the Two Wheels for Life bikes over there, which I know is where they provide bikes to people in Africa. We then have a number of things from the tiny little 50 up through all the other performance models, and then we have a number of motocross championship bikes. I will give you a quick look at these. I know that's some people's cup of tea. Not quite sure whether gold rubber is exactly mine, but hey, each to their own. So I'll walk down the line of these and hopefully you can see a little bit of them. I must apologise in advance. I don't really know enough about any of these bikes to talk about them with any authority. I have done the Yamaha Motocross Experience Day in the UK, which was a huge amount of fun, but that's about the limit of my knowledge of such things. But yeah, they really are just pieces of machinery. Just, it's a work of art. You look at the amount of care and the parts and the bling that's gone onto that. What we have over here is we have the YZ250F, the four-stroke 250. We have all the other ones lined up as well. What I'm not going to do is just talk through each one of these. They're all blue. Chances are if you have one of these, you already know exactly what they are, and you can probably go and see these in a dealer. Sports bike. So here we have the Yamaha R7. This is a bike that I've ridden. I'll be honest, I didn't find that Tenere CP2, the 270-degree crank, exactly suited me, but nevertheless it was an interesting bike to try. Behind it we have the Yamaha R3, which is the one, again, they're doing platform engineering using a similar engine that was in the MT-03. I did wonder if they were going to do a trail bike based around that as well. And the one I have at the end here is the R125. So this is again the 125 version of the trail bike. He certainly seems to be quite happy on it. On this side they have the more racy versions of each one. I think this one here is the R7. Again, this has been tripped out. It's got the Akrapovic exhaust on it. Looks like it's got a few extra bells and whistles up there on the dash. There's a GYTR kit that's on there. Next up after the R7 we have an R6 that's got the kit on. I know that it's one number less, but I'm pretty sure that the R6 makes 100 and something horsepower as opposed to the 70 for the R7. And then we have an R1. Again, just more and more bling, more carbon fibre, more Olins, proper track weapon, and I do think they look brilliant. And then the one at the front, which has a lot of people crowding around it, I think is something that looks like it's got a bit more carbon fibre. I'm guessing that might even be more of a race bike. So that's an R1 GYTR Pro kitted out, and yeah, it's lots and lots of toys on that. What I did kind of skip was that up here we have a number of Yamaha sports bikes. There's the World Superbike R1 from 2022. Can't quite see what the other two are down there, but like I said, there's lots to see on this stand, so here we go. Okay, so in here we have an R1. Someone's going very fast that's on there, and I suspect this one is an R1M. I think it's getting a bit closer. So it's like the R1 with a full carbon fibre fairing, electronic suspension, all sorts of bells and whistles. Yeah, a real piece of work. What I'm now going to do is just go over the other side and have a look at the naked bikes. So this is the two 125s, the MT 125s, which I think are a pretty nice sort of entry-level bike if that's your sort of thing, nicely equipped. Like so many of them, they're now getting the TFT dash for this year. I'll go down the line. So you have the MT-03, which I'm not sure if that has been refreshed. I think that still has the old LCD screen on the bike, but yeah, really nice looking bikes. We have a new MT-07 this gentleman is sitting on, so I'll probably just skip past it. But yeah, as you can see, that now also has the LED screen on the bike. Moving on to the MT-09 SP, so this is like the normal MT-09 but with some extra bells and whistles. You can see it's got the adjustable Olin suspension, the Akrapovic exhaust and a few other toys, and actually that blue, white and black paint job looks pretty mint together with those handlebars. Coming down to the last two on here are the standard MT-09 here in the grey and the turquoise wheels, and then here we have just the stock standard, I say stock standard, but the regular MT-10. Now the MT-10, they're also doing an SP variant, which is a proper fire-breathing super naked. But yeah, still not sure about the eyebrows, but there is a horse for every rider. He's coming around to this side. I think this one here might be the MT-10 SP. Yes, it is. Again, lots of attention to this bike, so I'll give it a quick look up from the far side if you're not familiar with exactly what that is like. So now we're into the retro section. We've got the XSR 900, which has got that 900 triple from the MT-09 and other bikes. And actually, I quite like the look of them. And I know that big bulge at the back of the seat is a bit retro. That's the only bit that looks a little bit odd to me. Do you see the blue one over there? It's probably a bit more pronounced and a bit easier to see that you've got this really sort of elegant looking bike with then that big bum on the back of it. Also available in black on the XSR 900. Now I think as I come through here, I think there'll be some XSR 700s. People are crowding around just about to see that silver one in there. There's one that's out in the open in the blue and white. It's more traditional, I think 1970s Yamaha colours. And then again an XSR 700 here in black, silver and gold. So what next? Another XSR 700, and then what we have up here is we have a few more rally bikes. So this one here, another Tenere 700 with lots of bells and whistles on it. Yeah, you can definitely do a lot with these bikes, and a lot of people have. I'm just going to go around the other side. So I think this one's got a GYTR kit, a race kit on this one with the Akrapovic pipes, and you can see it does have a road book up top, and also some upgraded Kayaba suspension. What we have in here now is the standard Tenere, so we have the World Raid with the big fuel tanks, the Tenere around the back. Now one thing I am interested in seeing on here is the new Tenere. Apparently it has a lot of updates. It's got the quick shifter prep. It also has a new LED screen, which I guess is that on there. It's not illuminated here, unfortunately. Oh, it is on this one through here though, so let's go and have a look at that. So here is the Tenere 7 World Raid edition for 2023 with that big steering damper just in there, and this is this new LED screen. That's quite tidy really, and there's still space above with a bar to put other things on it. So yeah, that is in black, and that is quite an imposing looking bike if I can get far enough away from it so you can actually see it. It's got that camouflage sort of plastic, textured plastic, yeah, which is kind of all right. But yeah, that's very cool. I know they have a new electronics package on these, I think, with an IMU, new ABS. So it'll be interesting to see what one of those is like on the road. So the next couple of bikes to look at are the Tracer 9 and Tracer 7, which you can see in here. Now, I have ridden the Tracer 9, and it was a really nice bike, and it's got that triple engine in it. However, one thing I really couldn't get past was that sort of nose and a mouth dash, so I'm delighted to see that has gone and has now been replaced by a big old screen just up in there. I'll see if I can find one that's got that screen illuminated. Oh, and here we go. So this is the new Yamaha Tracer 9 GT Plus. So yeah, if you've seen what the old dash looked like, you'll kind of know, but that is enormous. Just look at the size of the screen that's on there. Now I suppose that with that, there's some additional complexity about how you actually use it, which is why you probably have this joystick and controls for your left thumb. Those both of those pods actually look pretty big. But yeah, you know what, as it's a medium-sized touring bike. I suppose it doesn't fall into the category of a big touring bike. That is actually really nice. So this is the standard Tracer 9 GT, not the GT Plus. And I see this still has the old dash. Now, I don't know about you, but that just reminds me of the Muppet Show. So it's the eyebrows, it's the nose, and it's the eyes. And once you've seen it once, I just can't unsee it. But it's nice to see that there is an alternative now on the GT Plus. Next, we have a number of scooters. You know what, scooters really aren't my thing. I think most of you know that already. We do have this tricycle, which I guess is probably derived from the technology that's in the Nikon, let's call the whole thing off. And there's a few of those around in here. What I also have here is the new Tracer 7 GT. So this is, again, that platform engine from the R7 and the MT07. And again, this has gone to having a LED screen that's in there. I'll see if I can find one where it's actually turned on. Maybe in a demo mode. No, not in here either. I'm sure there will be one somewhere though. But yeah, again, that's in the gold and black, which looks a little bit John Player special, if that means anything to anyone. But yeah, nice to see. So we still have a lot of scooters over on the far side. They do have this big screen that's showing lots of fancy things, and there's a lot of people crowding around. So what do we have in here? Oh, I think it is just scooters, but that's the new T-Max, which does look quite bling actually. I mean, it's enormous. That thing is absolutely huge. But I suppose if maxi scooter's your thing, you could probably cross continents on that quite happily. So the last thing I think almost is the Tenere 700 Rally Edition. So this isn't the World Raids. It doesn't have the big fuel tank. This is the standard bike. Just to give you a look on that, I think a lot of it externally looks quite similar. Other than, again, it has this rather nice looking LED dash to replace the old LCD one. I know it's got a different electronics package, including the quick shifter preparation. Not that that's something you can really show on a video in this way. I think I've actually covered everything. Maybe, did I look at this XSR 125? So this is their, I guess, sort of retro 125. Looks quite tidy, if that is your sort of thing. So there you go, that is my walk around the Yamaha stand here at EICMA 2022. This video will probably be a little bit longer. Hopefully I managed to stop at some of the bikes a little bit more for those people who'd like to see some of the details. Anyway, I hope this was interesting and useful. If it was, then please check out my other content from EICMA 2022, and maybe I'll see you there. Thanks for watching.